you believe that this warning letter was sent by the Phantom Weasel?
Absolutely. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The Phantom Weasel never acts as you expect. He must have faked his own death 10 years ago using a body double. Now that he's back, I'm sure the guards who worked on his case back in the day are in for a headache, but however this turns out in the end, the one thing it won't be is boring.
Couldn't agree more. As a journalist, I'm gonna get a lot of mileage out. Thank you, sir, for your time. Now, whom should I interview next? Huh? Hey! What a coincidence! Fancy meeting you here. Perfect timing. So, the Phantom
Yeah, this is the first.
Huh? Oh, well, not to worry. 10 or so years ago.
Wow.
Precisely. Well, except the part where they actually have a good rip. He would just as soon steal a necklace from a rich merchant's safe as he would a toy doll given to a commoner child for their birthday. I know. The phantom thieves you read about in novels rob the rich to pay the poor. But this...
Yeesh. So,
not exactly. There's a good chance that the weasel would... A magician named Caesar fell to his death in a botched high-altitude escape when the police went through it. Sure enough, thefts in Fontaine went down after Caesar's death. I had to squeeze through the crowd this morning to get a photo as soon as I heard. Here, it's...
So, this is the warning letter, huh? What's 3 days from now, when evening falls, I shall take from you that which you hold most dear at the opera house, just as you did.
This is, without a doubt, a clear declaration of criminal intent. What once seemed like an open and shut case has been...
Uh-oh. If this thief will steal anything that other people value, does that mean even we might be really? Oh, let him try!
Okay, the people have spoken. It's clear that the public are... Let's see, I've got a photo of the letter, my interview notes. Yep, that should be enough to form the... Something exclusive. Who should I interview next? I need someone with a more concrete connection to the weasel. Is that who I think it is?
Lyney!
Magic, magician, Caesar, the Phantom Weasel! That's it! Let's go interview Lyney! You see, the original Phantom Thief Caesar...
Are you serious?
Oh, relax. My journalistic instinct tells me that an exclusive news story is beckoning.
I'll take a guess.
Wow, Mr. Magician! How did you know which card I picked?
Oh, it's simple. Come closer and I'll let you in on my secret. Magicians have a special skill called telepathy, which means we can...
Really? Then, what am I thinking?
Well, first you need to relax.
Aww.
And now you're getting a little flustered. You snuck out from home today, didn't you?
You can tell?
Of course. Oh, and that...
All right. Got...
Why, hello. We meet...
Well, why don't you guess?
Oh, please. You didn't believe that...
I'm sure that child would beg...
That was nothing more than a little... That, plus the fact that you guys, on the other hand...
Wow.
Wait, really? His warning letter's been the top...
Bingo! I play... So, Lyney, what are your thoughts on this infamous...
Angry? Why?
You read his letter, right? The Phantom Weasel claims he's planning something in 3 nights' time at the Opera House. That's the night I'll be performing there.
Huh. What are the chances? Wait a minute, you don't think he's after you, do you?
Well, if he is, then his warning is clearly a direct challenge to me personally. And if he's not, then it's still going to be a huge headache for me. The mere mention of the weasel's name is enough to scare people off. So once the contents of that letter get out, barely anyone will be showing up to watch. But I've been preparing for this for a long time. I'm not about to let him ruin my big...
Really? So what you're saying is, we might get to see a live duel between a famous magician and an infamous thief? What?
To be honest, I'm not sure if I'll emerge the victor. The Phantom Weasel is a notorious crook, infamous for his inscrutable methods.
You're being far too modest, Lyney. I think your magic tricks are even more inscrutable than those of a thief.
Thanks for the compliment. A lot of people liken magicians to thieves because we both have the ability to make things disappear without the person noticing. But there's an important difference that these people overlook. Allow me to demonstrate with a quick magic trick. Here, I have a flower, just an ordinary flower that was picked not long ago. Watch it carefully now. 3, 2, 1. That's the question. Therein lies the difference between us. Thieves make precious things disappear, but only magicians make them reappear. If I could now invite you all to check your clothes.
A surprise? Let me see! It's right there! But how? You haven't moved this whole time!
What an outstanding trick! Sorry, Lyney, it seems that my previous praise was woefully inadequate. Clearly, magic is the superior art form to theft.
Don't worry, I didn't. Since Caesar's.
I can imagine. Coming back to your trick, just for example, magicians are. But you used a.
Impressive knowledge. It's no wonder you're such a successful journalist. It sounds like something I.
Well noted. And please feel free to. If there's nothing else, I'll be off. You.
So, Lyney. You feel it too, right? So itchy!
Not so itchy then. Well, since you're so concerned.
Magician's assistants? Oh, that sounds fun! Assistants are technically magicians too. Also, it'll bring us one step closer to figuring out how that darn trick is done. Shall we go for it?
Excellent. Thank you for. The first thing we need to look into is. But if he wasn't. And if we're investigating, we should make a move.
You took your time.
Sorry, I bumped into.
It's been a while, Annette. We're working as Lyney's temporary assistant.
Thank you. It's good to have you helping.
So, what's the situation?
Nope. I've been here a while, and she's still.
How bizarre. Well, we won't get anywhere by. Excuse me, good sir. Do you by any chance know a Gemma?
Gemma? You mean Caesar's fiancée?
I'm just trying to get a hold.
Yeah, she does. Ever since Caesar passed away, she's been coming here. I asked her what she was. She knows he's gone.
She's been doing this ever since.
I'll bet. Caesar's reputation fell apart after his identity. I don't know if the mind lives on in the waters after death. If I'm honest, I think this is all so unfair to poor Gemma. Anyway, all of that said, she's running later than usual today. Well, that's everything I know, I'm afraid. You might have more luck.
All right, well, thanks for sharing all of this with us. We'll keep at.
You're welcome. I just.
Did you hear the news? They're saying the Phantom.
You're kidding.
I don't know anymore. But what if? Just
Called it. Seriously, 10 years ago, on the day it all went down, I said to myself.
Oh, please. Weren't you the one cursing his name to high heaven?
Wait, did I say that? I don't seem to recall.
Hello there. Sorry for disturbing you. We're actually quite interested in this topic as well, but we're.
You've come to the right people. Yep, he was a great magician. The best. I was right up close.
I saw him perform too. Sometimes he even got the kids to write their.
He doesn't sound like such a...
But after he died, there were also as I'm sure you know, the
Whatever the case, now that the weasel is back, I bet Gemma must be pleased. No, speak of the devil. That's her over there. If you've got any more questions about Caesar, she's
So that's Gemma. Wait. It look... Hi there. You're Gemma, right?
Who's asking?
Don't be afraid, we mean no harm. It looks like you're injured. How bad is it?
Thanks for your concern, but you didn't answer my question. Who are you? And
My name is Lyney.
My name's Paimon, and this here's the Traveler. We're investigating the Phantom Weasel.
The Weasel posted a warning letter this morning. If he still lives, you knew Caesar better than anyone else. So... I promise you can trust us.
I
suspected as much.
No, not that.
Got it. All right. Sorry for disturbing you.
If you don't have any more questions, please leave. I want to be.
Judging by the look on her face, there's definitely something...
she's lying. She definitely...
That's fair. We're just... In any case, I doubt we'll get any further here, so let's call it a day. Meet me outside...
The damned will sooner die again than lay a hand on me.
Over here!
Lynette's not joining us?
I've had her follow Gemma and see if we can make it... Still... I don't think that Gemma's likely to... Today we'll be looking into a guy... When Caesar passed away, all the stolen goods discovered in his home were confiscated and returned to their rightful owners. But Lorenzo was the only one privy. Before long, Lorenzo was the next big magician in town. His fame surpassed... I had to pull a lot of strings, but I managed to get him to agree to a...
You neglected to mention...
My apologies. These two are my assistants. When they heard that I was meeting with the former magic maestro himself, they begged and pleaded with me...
Oh, forget the pleasantries, just sit.
Get a load of this guy. Forget the pleasantries, he says, but he looks pretty happy about Lyney stroking...
I only agreed to meet since we're both magicians. Do me a favor and cut to the chase. I have more important things to do than drink.
Much obliged, sir. Yesterday morning, a warning letter from the Phantom Weasel appeared on the entrance to the Opera House. He claims to be planning... I have to get to the bottom of this to ensure that my show...
What is there to investigate? Caesar was the Weasel and he's been dead for 10 years. So what if some sick creep thought it'd be funny?
Please, sir, no need to get so worked up. I do concede that a copycat is but one possibility.
Possibility? It's a fact. The Weasel is dead. Period. Everyone knows that, so do yourself a favor and quit this investigation. It'll lead...
Oh, sir, I'm Honored, really. But this isn't about finances for me. My pride as a magician is what's at stake here, Lorenzo. Copycat or not, this person has thrown me the gauntlet, and I must meet their challenge head on.
Your pride? Don't mince words with me, boy. Just tell me what exactly.
I want to find out the Phantom Weasel's true identity.
What would that accomplish? And what are the events of 10 years?
Uh-oh. This is getting up.
Lorenzo? Is that? Oh,
Another day, I'm busy.
oh, come on. You can't be all business all the time. You know what they say? Live fast, die young. You gotta learn how to kick back and relax once in a while.
If I wanted your life advice, I'd ask for it. Now get out of my face and go be drunk somewhere else.
Sorry, my good sir. I don't believe I've had the pleasure.
Oh, hey! Edmondo. He and I are business pals. We worked together a bunch of times. This is your first time meeting him? Oh, he's always like this. Foul-mouthed and hard-nosed. Never heard a kind word out of this guy the whole time I've known him. And he wonders why he can't get a girlfriend, despite being, what, pushing 40, 30, something? Anyway, point is, a lot older than when he first got...
Shut up and get out of my face. Another word out of you and you can forget about doing business with me. I think it's high time I made a move as well. If you really want to investigate this, Lyney, be my guest. But if nothing good comes of it, don't say I didn't warn you.
Well, that fell to pieces in a rather spectacular fashion. Any thoughts?
Totally. And what was all that about compensating you for your losses? Why would someone you just met make an offer like that? He's gotta be hiding something. And not like Gemma. She was a little suspicious, but this guy's definitely covered.
I think so too. That guy Edmondo seems to know a thing or two about him. You okay there?
Who are you? Oh, it's you guys. I say way too much.
So he was serious about...
Hey! Don't go prying into...
What kind of bad?
Don't even ask. And take it from me, that's not a good sign.
And there he goes.
Shh. I think we're being... Don't say anything and don't look back. Any altercation... You followed us a long way. Why don't you come out and introduce yourself?
So you're Lyney. And we're... Save us the trouble and go...
Paimon doesn't like the tone of your voice, mister. Who sent you?
Save your questions.
Look, now, I'm not the strongest...
Don't worry, we got...
Gather!
Curses. They're tougher than we thought.
Vision wielders are all.
Come on, let's scram!
Hey, wise guys! We ain't through with you yet! Oh, they got away! Did you catch what they said just before they left? Something about intimidating someone else. Sounds like they just wanted to rough us up as a scare tactic. You're right. She was injured when maybe she was too scared to tell us the truth because the...
Well, if that's the case, she should be more willing to open up to us once she learns that those thugs won't be bothering her anymore. Let's head back to the cafe and see if we can get any information from her.
Gemma?
You again. What is it this time?
We just ran into the men who've been threatening you, so you can relax now. We're here to protect you.
What? Why?
Sounds like they're no strangers to you.
That's putting it mildly. It's been 10 long years. How do I know I can trust you?
I'm afraid I can't reveal all the details because, you see, this is a personal matter of the utmost importance.
Okay. How can I help you?
I've heard that Caesar used to have a magic workshop where he kept a lot of his personal effects. Do you know where it...
The Fleuve Cendre. I also know that the Fleuve Cendre...
Understood. Lynette?
Got it. But if I'm staying here, I'm ordering dessert.
I mean, bon appetit, but...
Okay. All right. Power save. Useless.
If Gemma gave us the right location, then the workshop should be right nearby. Looks like these boxes are blocking the entrance. Let's shift them away first. There we go. It should be just down here.
Caesar's workshop. Nothing suspicious here, just normal magic props. Let's head in further. What was that? Oh, is this one of Caesar's gadgets? Guess we must have triggered some sort of device.
This is order. Solidify!
Whoa. Look. The doll in the box is glowing. There's something written on the card on this doll. Let's take a closer look. These magic boxes are moving. What do we do?
One of them looks different from the rest. Let's investigate.
Got it. We're supposed to find the box that lit up at the start, right? There should be another wish list inside. Let's keep trying. That's weird. Have we reached the end already? There's nothing here. Maybe this was a wasted trip.
This place seems a little too ordinary for a magician's. We've triggered quite a few devices on the way here. I'm starting to wonder whether Caesar built this whole place as one big, elaborate magic contraption. If so, then there must be more to this place than meets the eye. Maybe a hidden room somewhere. Aha! If I just move this book, then...
A secret passage!
I'm a magician too, and apparently great minds really do think alike. Looks pretty big inside. Let's head in and take a look around.
I'm going in! Ow, that's gonna hurt in the morning.
Gather!
Step right up. Hip.
I will have order. Solidify!
Let's light it up! Useless.
And voila!
Why have you stopped, Lyney? Is there some device?
It just looks familiar somehow. Let me check this out for a second while you guys go on ahead. If anyone makes a major discovery, let's...
All right, see you in a bit.
The placement of this...
Seems like we can't step on the same tile twice. Guess we've got to finish it in one run, huh?
It seems like something's bothering Lord. Surely he's not upset that I agreed to. I have a good feeling about those kids. They're naturally talented, and it seems like they're not new. They have all sorts of They wanted to call me Master. With time, I have no. Gemma thinks so too. She doesn't like being around them. At one of my shows a few days, as a joke, I told the kid that the hat has a built-in, so I told them I wound up saving Two children came to talk to me after today. Anyway, I told them that learning magic is very hard. It's nearly time for me to go. I once overheard them. It's only been 10 days since I first met them, but I think that they're very tough, but also very cautious. And they trust no one, but they hide things from me too. That's the thing about children. Whenever I can sense that their lives have been hard. After thinking things over, I decided to tell them a bit about how I see the world. It's full of lies and falsehoods. And that is why we must find our own truth. P.S. I hope they won't find my nagging annoying. Children are so opinionated nowadays. Will it do them more harm than good for someone they've only PPS? Oh, see.
Two magic geniuses with a father and a mission, huh? Sounds a lot like he was writing about Lyney and Lynette. So did they meet Caesar with... Lyney?
Shh, hold that thought.
Fishy?
All in good time. First, the magician slots themselves in. At this point, a dummy will fall out. Meanwhile, the real magician, who has by now blended into the... Oh no!
Very vivid description.
The audience's gaze then turns to the magician. Of course, that's just how I think the inventor of this trick never performed it successfully. When the box... He fell right to the ground from the highest point of the opera house. And no one else has ever attempted this trick since.
So Caesar's famous high out... I was about to say how cool... Wait a second. So if it
Glad you asked. That brings us to this. This box right here is the one that Caesar constructed himself to use in the performance. Once the magician's inside and the box is lifted up into the air, from where they're standing, at this point, he then escapes through this trapdoor onto the
That's way simpler than Paimon imagined. Even Paimon could probably do it.
Well, there's a little more to it than that, of course. The hardest part of there's the falling dummy. The many days and nights of careful research and painstaking practice would have gone into this, all culminating in a performance just a few minutes long, but one that Caesar was a high.
So,
I can make a pretty good. I looked into the case files.
okay.
But here's the strange thing. Most of the devices in this workshop have the mechanism on the left-hand side, including this box right here. Because a magician can't afford to have their most basic habits, but a magician needs to. The essence of magic is getting. And so, but in his most stressful and exactly, I think that's likely what happened. Caesar would have been under a lot of, but I'm sure he was. So he opened the compartment, much like when you reach for your keys but find your, instinctively, his left hand, with the stakes being as high as they were.
But in reality,
It would have to have been, isn't that right?
You just couldn't let sleeping dogs. There's not a lot of people who'd go to all this trouble for some but I gave you your chance.
You mean Gemma?
Yes, although, however, which is why you can't leave the.
Evil conquering! Here! Boring! Here! Worthless!
Teamwork is dreamwork!
All hail!
This is order. Stabilize.
Had enough yet, Lorenzo? I think it's high time you started talking.
If I had a Mora for every he was just an amateur who did cheap tricks for gullible children. I was the one who made
So it was
jealousy. He poured everything into his street but the people loved him, didn't they? Oh, how they looked up to him. Amazing. Yeah, so amazing that he was completely broke. Every other apprentice was living it up at their master's expense, but no, not me. I put in all the work, mastered all the skills, and it brought me nothing more than the life He forbade me from use, and with his reputation in Fontaine, it was too risky for me to go it alone. As long as he was alive, if I dabbled in my own, I had to kill him.
And this was your only motive?
It was reason enough. What other motive?
Well, I was under the impression.
In love with Gemma. Don't.
Guess I was wrong about that.
I am. Caesar was. I never bought into any of that.
Oh, yeah! Charlotte.
That's just how it looked from. I stole cheap.
So that's the story.
What choice do I. So be it.
Very well. In the Traveler, Paimon, keep an eye on Lorenzo.
Lyney has told me the whole story. Lorenzo, do you confess to the murder of Caesar?
Look who's What kind of disciple murders their own master? I hope it was worth it. Because...
Looks like it's all over. What should we do next, Lyney? Should we start...
Let's rendezvous with Lyney.
Good point! We should go tell Gemma the good...
Ah, you're back. You were so quick. I've only just finished my third dessert.
Your third? Lynette, come on, we've talked about this. Everything in moderation. You're not gonna have any room left for dinner now.
It's fine. I'll shift to exercise mode and jog off the excess sugar.
That's besides the point. Well, it's done now, but try to eat a more balanced diet in the future.
Point taken.
Did everything go okay?
Of course! Lorenzo was no match for us. The guards are taking him into custody as we speak.
Gosh, that's amazing. I'm sorry, I still didn't know if I could trust you, but now it seems I can. I had my suspicions about Lorenzo, but
It's okay, we understand. But you don't need to be scared.
I always wanted. I was so. Thank you all.
Thank you all for clearing Caesar's name. I never would have guessed that to think that at least his soul can finally rest.
Don't blame yourself, Gemma.
Yeah, you still.
Cheer up, Gemma. My brother's doing a magic show. This show will be a
In Caesar's honor.
Great. We'll see you tomorrow evening. Traveler, Paimon.
Don't worry, we'll be there. No, where are we? Wait. Paimon feels like we're forgetting something. Oh, yeah! Caesar! Paimon's excited to see another of Lyney's magic shows! Wait. Lynette, shouldn't you be on stage by now?
Not this time. My brother's going solo today. So I'll be watching with you.
Good evening, ladies, and the great magician Lyney has prepared a spectacle.
Thank you all.
Exciting stuff.
Yes, it's just.
No wonder. Caesar was so... How did you two...
Well, I was out on the street once. Children love magic because they're willing to believe in things that can't be rationally. And somehow, I felt drawn to him too.
Aw, that sounds so romantic.
It was with a flower. He took it in his hand. I was so happy that day.
Oh, that's That's so cute!
Is that right? Then, after all, you never know when the people dear it.
That's right. It's, Paimon
Right. Yes, you can breathe easy now.
See? Even on the Phantom Weasel, Lorenzo escaped. Where is he?
What do you mean?
As Lyney once said, a performer's job is to commit, but once the bag of tricks is empty and the curtain falls, it's time. It's been 10 years, Gemma. Aren't you tired?
What are you talking about? Traveler, Paimon doesn't like where this is going.
Ladies and gentlemen, there will now be a brief intermission. The final performance will take place outside of the Opera House, so please make...
The Phantom Weasel never did like Don't worry, this place will be quiet.
Useless.
Dear me, this is awkward, isn't it? And unfortunately, I'm all out of gadgets, so this is a big mistake for a magician to make.
Lyney, don't we have more important things to... Lynette accused Gemma of being the real Phantom Weasel a moment ago. Oh, what the heck?
All in good time. Magicians are good at guessing what people are thinking.
Really? Well then, let's hear it.
Let's go back to the very beginning. A decade ago, when the Phantom Weasel was terrorized. But as her infamy grew, so did the readiness of the police, and of course, she could not simply... After weighing her options, she set her sights on a renowned...
So, being the master deceiver she was, the Weasel easily earned Caesar's trust. But as she was considering how to make her... At her encouragement, Lorenzo tampered with Caesar's magic box, causing him to fall to his death. Afterwards, Lorenzo seized his master's property, and the Weasel set about tarnishing Caesar's reputation. Two co-conspirators committed the perfect crime.
I've got to hand it to you. You're both exceptional storytellers. But I just have one question. You seem to think that I am the villain in this tale. What's brought this on, Lyney? Is it something that Lorenzo said?
Don't worry, Lorenzo said nothing at all. But I never believed that he was the Weasel, and in fact, my investigation only made me more certain of that. He was too forthcoming with his confession, as if there was something else he was trying to hide.
How disappointing. So you'd sooner trust Lorenzo than me, even without a shred of evidence?
A magician is an expert at playing the audience to get the result they want. With a little help from Lorenzo, you put on a very convincing performance. Caesar was maligned and hated by all for 10 years, but you? Everyone sympathized with your plight. Who would suspect for 1 second that the lovely young lady always seen weeping in front of Caesar's grave was actually the mastermind behind his demise?
Wait, so you mean the whole intimidation thing was just a hoax? But why would Lorenzo agree to that? And why didn't he sell her out even at the end instead of admitting to being the Weasel himself?
Yes, why indeed? Maybe Gemma herself could enlighten us on that question.
Well, Lyney, if you're so confident in your version of events, then I think the answer should be obvious. Having killed Caesar with his own hands, Lorenzo was plagued by overwhelming guilt. Revealing the Phantom Weasel's true identity would serve no purpose. But if the Weasel remained free, then she could take care of Lorenzo's loved ones.
An excellent answer, though sadly a little dull.
Is that right? Well, don't let me bore you.
As a matter of fact, there's one thing Why would the real Weasel have targeted things that only have value to other people? Could you shed any light on that?
Of course. If I had to guess, I would say that the real Weasel must have had a terrible childhood. Left to fend for herself after her parents, she'd scrounge waste paper from garbage bins to draw on, using twigs and dirt for lack of ink, and this was her only source of happiness, and once again she was betrayed. And this time everything was taken from her. This was a fate too cruel for anyone to bear. I detest the happiness of others, in all its forms alike. I will rob them of everything they hold to be good and true, and it will fill the void in my soul.
That's some pretty heavy stuff.
Now it all makes sense.
Does this story satisfy you, Lyney?
Yes, it is quite to my tastes. Thank you for helping to clear up my
That's right! What drove you to write that letter, Gemma? What were you trying to achieve there? Because without that, none of this would have ever come to light!
She didn't write the letter.
After 10 long years, I'd hoped that the Phantom Weasel would be consigned to the history books by now. But it seems like someone still wasn't ready to let her finally be at peace. Lyney. Or should I call you the Phantom Copycat now? You were the one who posted that letter outside the Opera House. But why?
Very sharp, Phantom Weasel. Still as shrewd as ever. Well, no need for me to be coy about it. Our goal was to clear Caesar's name. The most straightforward way to change the public's impression of Caesar was to force the Weasel to show themselves.
That's it? You had no other agenda?
Of course we did. We made it quite...
10 years ago? You mean Caesar's death? You met him? Wait. Oh, I get it. You were those two obnoxious kids. It's been so long, and you're all grown up now. I didn't recognize you. He taught you magic back then, didn't he?
We remember all our debts, however great or small. 10 years ago, Caesar's reputation was torn to shreds, and his legacy was thrown out. 10 years on, and no one cares what the truth is anymore. But we did not forget, and so we came to find you.
And? What exactly did you take from me?
Free? Caesar once told me that even though I think that applies to you too. Truth can take many forms. Life took many things from you, and those wounds never healed. When they ached unbearably in the dead of night, stealing became your way of numbing the pain.
What are you trying to...
I'm saying that for the last 10 years, you've been living a rather uneventful life. Perhaps that's because you found something other than a life of crime to fill the hole? Back to Lorenzo for a second. He murdered his own master, played along with your act, and took pains to make sure any suspicion would be directed towards him. But what did he have to gain from all that? He knew who you were and the things you'd done, and despite that, he was willing to give everything up for your sake. He's the reason that you haven't felt the compulsion to steal in all these years. You're more than just accomplices in murder. You're the only real friends each other has. But that truth is gone now. And I guarantee you, you'll never see it again.
Congratulations on your freedom, Gemma.
Your freedom will cost you dearly.
Gather round, one and all. The time has now come for the amazing Lyney to perform his final act in tonight's show. I'm sure you're all wondering what he has planned for the grand finale. Well,
A high-altitude escape?
I'm sure you all remember the magician Caesar, but we have now learned that Caesar was wrongly accused, and that the real Weasel has now confessed to their crime.
Guess that's my cue to leave. Whew. I've been practicing this one for ages now, but I'm still a little nervous. Traveler, Paimon, I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. There may be a lot of people watching tonight, but you alone are my true witnesses.
Lyney, wait. You two hid a lot from Caesar. He went to his grave without ever knowing your secrets. So what about now? Are you an open book? You don't have to tell lies to end up isolated and alone.
You're wrong. I'm nothing like you.
So,
Like Lyney said, when you're ready, let's head out.
what about Gemma?
She'll figure out what's best for her soon enough.
All right. Well, let's go and watch Lyney's finale then.
Boring!
Magic should be mysterious, surprising, and defy logic. Magic is hard work. Every single movement has to be practiced thousands of times.
It's all right. We're used to that.
We're sorry. You've taught us so much, but we can't tell you the whole truth.
It's okay. Do you still remember what I told you? This world is full of lies and falsehoods. I only hope that one day you can find your own truth.
What about you? Have you found your truth?
Magic is my truth. I want to perform a magic trick so great that people will always think of me when they talk about it. For a magician, what greater honor could there be?
Look! Behold! Lyney is sealed inside the box. Will he manage to escape? 10 years ago, Caesar attempted this very trick, and it was at this precise moment that...
Lyney! Watch out!
Mysterious. Surprising. And logic-defying. Isn't that right? This honor belongs to you, Caesar. I'm just sorry it's a little late.
Did you see that? 1 minute he was falling, and the next, he turned into flow.
How could he possibly...
How mysterious.
What a heart-stopping magic show! This was Caesar's name has finally been cleared, and Fontaine's new star magician Lyney has fulfilled a wish on his behalf. Oh, I couldn't ask for a better grand finale. It will make a great headline for the Steambird tomorrow, even if I do say so myself.
Whew. Looks like everyone really loved Lyney's grand finale. Paimon doesn't see Lyney anywhere. Where'd he go? Oh, Lynette said he'd be waiting for us at the usual hunt. But, oh, yeah, that's all right, let's go.
Useless. Here.
Lyney, are you all right? Paimon,
Magic? I was honestly... Sometimes, did he regret taking Gem...
you know,
After I joined the House of the Hearth, I told you about my past, but I quickly realized that I needed to learn. We were gifted enough.
So that's why you saw.
Yes. In all, we own, for instance, but in truth, what amazed me, trust is a beautiful.
Lyney.
Still worried about, but don't worry, I'm used to it now. From the mansions of the elite to the house. After Caesar went on tour, that night, to keep secrets is to put up walls. You only realize how much someone really meant to you.
Yeah, sure. We've had delicious food. You know, Traveler, doesn't that kind of...
Exactly. It's the same for me, and life has taken plenty. That's why the darkness never consumed. All right.
It was amazing!
Whoa, that's a bit of a tall order, I'm afraid. The show's just finished, so my sleeves are...
Aw, come on!
Oh, all right then. Watch closely. I have a flower in my hand.
You liar! There's nothing in your hand! We ain't going along with this.
Huh? My goodness, you're right. But I could have sworn I brought one here with me.
3, 2...
Now, have another look around. Maybe the flowers appeared.
Really? Let's see. Wow, there it is! Oh, but more importantly, Paimon has to know...
Well, if you want to... Since you asked so...
Is that...
Look at the time. We shouldn't linger here too long. Thanks again for coming to see my show. I look forward to seeing...
shall we head back now too? Oh, Paimon can't wait to Let's head to the Steambird's offices tomorrow morning and see what we can...
I'm very sorry, Charlotte, but my sister...
Oh, please, Lyney, I'll only take a moment of your time, if you would be so kind.
Huh? What's happening here?
I spent all night writing my piece about the Phantom Weasel, and it was going to go to print this morning. But just as dawn broke, I suddenly received news that Caesar's fiancée, Gemma, had contacted the guards and confessed to having been...
That was...
Too late, bro. That was quick. Aha!
Maybe watching my high-altitude escape trick reminded her of a better time with Caesar.
Huh. Okay, then. Oh, I remember now! Quick-fire question! Where did you all go?
Oh, we went to the cemetery and Lyney did it. Actually, glad you mentioned it.
What? I don't recall ever having received a ring.
No, I just...
What now?
Seems like this interview wasn't meant to be. Well, never mind. Forgive my persistence, but when there's explosive news waiting to be found, I can't turn away. Apparently, one of the things she's... All right, I guess I'll leave you to continue the...
Lynette?
Don't.
Oh, really? Oh, thank you.
You and me both, Paimon. You and me both. At least it did the job, right?
Please, take good care of that rainbow rose. I'd be really upset if you lost it.